Today on Team Room Talk, a short update on returning to Ukraine. Hi, this is Richard Davis, the President and Advisor at Team Room More Hope and Growth. And today I just want to be able to share about my upcoming trip to Ukraine. So I'll be leaving at the end of this month and traveling to Ukraine as I've been invited to be able to speak at several different locations. And so I've been working with a lot of different people, a lot of different organizations, and trying to put together one big trip that's going to last 1 month. So I'll be traveling from areas of Lusk to Kremenchuk to Cherkasy Oblast and back to Kiev, and then and towards the end of that time traveling back home. But it's going to be a time that's filled with a lot of meetings, with a lot of lessons, with a lot of ministry. So I am looking forward to it as being able to go over there as we had some of our friends from Ukraine come to Washington, D.C. for Ukrainian Week, and I was able to see them, be able to hug on their necks and just be able to spend some time. But now I'm going to go there to their homes, to their cities and communities, and be able to see them there again. So for me, it's I look forward to these trips, being able to go and share. But also to be able to spend some time. And I think that's the most important, is that when it comes to time, is that I have done Zoom calls, I have done some of the other Microsoft meetings on there with our Ukrainian counterparts, and while they are fantastic and while they are good, they don't replace the face-to-face communications. Being present with them, even though it is high risk to go to Ukraine, that being present with them is important, because that being present with them is also about participating or sharing in that experience of what they are, because the alerts are occurring almost daily on there, that you are with them, you're standing with them, that you're willing to be there with them despite the danger, but being able to have these conversations. Because as convenient as Zoom calls are and Microsoft Team meetings, as convenient as these online platforms are, they do not replace the time that can be spent sitting with somebody, seeing their facial expressions, being present when they're weeping, they're experiencing the joy that can come from out of moments also. As you sit and you talk, have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, having dessert, and just being present. So I look forward to these opportunities to be able to be there, including the time with our friends and having a good meal, like with some borscht, Ukrainian borscht on there, and have some coffee. But just having these discussions, because there's so much that we can present in the material and say a 45-minute discussion, that a lot of these lessons are designed, but there's a lot of questions and comments that come in afterwards. And that's why being present is so important, because you can spend all that time after the classroom, after the time that's in group meetings, and you can just spend some one-on-one time with individuals and being able to answer questions that they might have. Because that's what Team Room More Hope and Growth, and that's what we're equipped to do, is that we're there to equip others, is that all of our programs are designed to be able to equip others through a Christian worldview when it comes to the topics of post-traumatic stress, moral injury caused by war, and also what does it look like when it talks about post-traumatic growth, but also when it comes to resiliency and faith, and then just thriving a life. So this is an opportunity to be able to go over there and share these lessons that we have. And if you take a look at our website at Team Room More Hope and Growth, you will see that there are 17. A new one was recently added this year for presentations in Washington, D.C. on faith and resiliency. And so I'll be sharing those while I'm in Ukraine also. But there's also 2 more deep dives when it comes to working with those that are struggling with moral injury caused by war, and how to facilitate those discussions. And also when it comes to military ministries, and this is based on permission from the Military Missions Network that has allowed me to be able to share a white paper that I participated on during a flagship church conference in Panama City. And so these lessons that we share are those to be able to equip others for this work. Because unfortunately, during this time with the war going on, is that the need is there, but also it's like even when this war ends, prayerfully sooner than later. But when this war ends, the ongoing ministerial work is going to be needed, and that's what Team Room More Hope and Growth desires to do, is being able to equip others for this work through the lessons that we provide, being able to share some insights that we have gleaned over time, working with U.S. combat veterans, but also when it comes to the academics of what we understand about trauma and ministry. So there is a lot going on when I travel back to Ukraine, from working with chaplains and pastors in Luke's, working and traveling to Zolotosha to spend some time at Camp Maximum. There I'll be serving amongst Ukrainian veterans and their families, but also being able to provide some insights. After the Camp Maximum, I'll be staying additional days there to be able to visit other veteran organizations and veteran groups there in the Cherkasy Oblast that are developing. They're forming to be able to continue what they have learned through Camp Maximum, the lessons and the teachings that they have been provided through Camp Maximum, that they're continuing to practice some things, but also be a voice in their community when it comes to veteran needs and resources. So I'll be spending some time visiting with them, because that's important, because that's what veterans here in the United States do, is that we speak out when it comes to our local leaders about the needs of our veteran community and how to improve those needs and those cares. So I look forward to being able to share some of those insights when I go and meet with these various veteran groups that are forming. And then I'll be going to Kremenchuk Evangelical Seminary, and I will look forward to this as being my first time at Kremenchuk, but I've been asked to be able to come down there and share several of the lessons. Unfortunately, I can't cover all of them, but we're going to share as many as we can in the time that I have there on campus with your seminary students and chaplaincy students, as these students prepare to graduate and go to the front lines and continue their ministry efforts there amongst their warfighters. So I look forward to being able to share the lessons that we have, talking with the rector and the dean of students about the lessons that they would like me to be able to share with them and encourage them with. But it's also about spending time with them and answering questions before I leave. So after I finish my time with the Kremenchuk Evangelical Seminary, I'll be traveling to Kyiv, as I have several appointments already set up to where I'll be meeting and with the director of the Trauma Healing Institute in Ukraine. So I'll be meeting with her and also with others and sharing some lessons that we have talked about through various emails, as I had the privilege of meeting Victoria in Washington, D.C. during the Ukrainian week. So I'll be meeting with them in Kyiv, and then I also have another meeting with a husband and wife team, is that they are working together and have a part of a trauma healing ministry there. Let's see, it was Hope for the Nation's Trauma Healing Partners. There we go, got it right. They're in Kyiv, and being able to share about what Team Room, what we're able to provide and do, what we cover, and any potential future partnerships on there. And lastly, is also going to be meeting with the leadership of Ecclesia Church in Kyiv, as they have asked about what we're able to provide. So I have a morning meeting set up with the leadership there, being able to talk, but also to learn about their military ministries. They have a very large church that's growing very fast in Kyiv, and being able to talk about their military ministry efforts, but also their chaplaincy program. And so this is where Team Room, War, Hope, and Growth fits into when it comes to military ministry experiences. I served as a military pastor for 8 years at First Baptist Clarksville, but also when it comes to the chaplaincy program and preparing others to be able to work in these areas of trauma, moral injury, and also when it comes to promoting hope and growth in Jesus Christ. So again, it's an opportunity we have at being able to return to Ukraine, and that really comes from you, from your prayers, your partnerships, and your financial giving. to Team Room More Hope and Growth has allowed me to be able to take this trip, which I'll be gone for a month and traveling throughout Ukraine. Being able to speak at these different areas, being able to serve, which I also plan on getting some recordings done while I'm there and being able to post so you can see what is going on. But you allow me to be able to do that. So I thank you for those that are partners with Team Room More Hope and Growth. Your financial giving is important. And for those that are considering and thinking about giving on there, is that Team Room More Hope and Growth. If we look at our website and see our documents that are there, we are a 501c3 nonprofit public charity. And so your charitable donations can be deducted according to Internal Revenue Code Section 170. So again, thank you for those that are already partnered with us, and I pray for those that are considering partnering with us and your financial giving, is that it does go to be able to provide and being able to go to Ukraine to be able to have these very important in-person discussions and sharing these topics. So I thank you for those that are giving. Thank you for your prayers in that partnership on there. And I would just ask you to just keep watching, as I already got some more lessons keyed up that's looking forward to discussing in more detail, especially like the last one I just developed for Ukrainian Week on resiliency and faith. So keep watching as I'll be traveling to Ukraine. I'll be sharing more updates while I'm there. That way you be able to hear more of what is going on in Ukraine and in these various areas with their ministry amongst the Ukrainian military community. So thank you, take care, and God bless.